All right, hello everyone. Welcome to another episode of the fucking Cesspit podcast, which it should be cesspool, I think. But um, we're here to talk about seemingly nothing because neither one of us have any fucking topics whatsoever because we completely neglected to even think about the podcast this week. Um, we were recording previously for about 10 minutes until fucking OBS crashed on us for no reason.
Such
So,
is life, I
so
suppose.
this is take 2 of the same video, and hopefully OBS does not crash this time because the worst part is that if OBS crashes, right, all of what it was recording is lost if it crashes
Ah,
because there's no way to back it up. So like if we go an hour and a half and OBS crashes, right, there's nothing I can do. It's all gone.
yikes.
Um, I guess the more that I think about it, I have a couple of topics to talk about, but they're not going to be topics that you know anything about.
Oh no.
So you're just going to fucking like sit there and not really say anything.
I mean, that's what I do mostly anyway, so what's the difference today?
Um, I guess the first thing that I wanted to talk about, I guess, was I guess it was Jackass. I haven't seen Jackass Forever, like the new one, but I did see 4.5, which 4.5 is kind of like the documentary thing. So I actually thought it was pretty cool. Um, I actually really like the new people. Like the new people are awesome. Zach, is fucking awesome. He was the guy, the fat guy who did stunts on YouTube, like the suicide vest and shit like that. And he's in Jackass now. They got fucking Jasper from Loiter Squad, and he fits right at home. They have this new Australian guy called Poopies, who fucking, is actually awesome. He's so fucking lovably stupid. He is such a dumbass. Also, you're also a fucking retard dumbass. Unmute yourself, you dumb bitch. What's wrong with you? You're such a fucking
I
idiot.
was putting my dog inside. What the fuck?
You still muted yourself. What the fuck?
I know I did it on purpose so you didn't hear my family arguing in the background.
You're so fucking dumb, dude. Why'd you do that now? Why didn't you do that before we started?
Because the dog was only just now put outside and I don't want to have to deal with it running off everywhere.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, makes sense. I totally believe you.
Would you like me to go inside and broadcast the fact that my family is dysfunctional to like the entirety of our fucking fan base, which is like two people?
No, but I don't believe you that the dog was just fucking let
Okay.
outside instantly. That's bullshit.
I
Cause like
ju-
no no
it's
no no
hyperbole.
no. Before we were recording,
Oh,
you were talking about the dog. I heard you before you were recording. You could have done this before. You just fucking didn't.
okay, well, can we move on, please?
Sure. I can't even remember what the fuck I was talking about.
You were talking something about Jackass and the new character,
Okay, yeah,
something I know nothing
yeah.
about.
The new cast is actually pretty fucking awesome. They still have like Steve-O and like Johnny Knoxville. They have Wee Man still. They have Dave England. So that's actually really fucking cool. They have Danger Aaron because they brought back a lot of people, but they also have a bunch of new people who can like continue to do Jackass past this, which I think is cool because like Steve-O and Jack and like Johnny Knoxville aren't gonna do this anymore because they're really fucking old. But like Poopies, I think is like 20 something. Jasper is like 20 something. You know, fucking Zach, I think is like 30. So these people are way young, so they could probably continue like doing it if they wanted to. But I remember that Jackass. I didn't see Forever. I saw 4.5, which is like the making of thing. It's like the weird documentary thing, but it still has like pranks that weren't put into the movie, because they just didn't have enough time or whatever. And some of the pranks that were in 4.5 were actually really fucking crazy. Like, Jackass 4.5 and Jackass Forever has more penis content than any of the other Jackass movies. Like, every other thing is like a penis thing. Like, I remember that the main guy who they have doing it, Danger Aaron, had to go to the hospital this fucking movie because his ball was actually fucking ruptured. Like, they actually like ruptured his testicle, which obviously a ruptured testicle is like super fucking serious, and they ruptured his testicle in this one.
Man.
Uh, I think that it was definitely more tame, and they kind of just did a bunch of nut shots instead of doing like actually serious things, you know. But I actually still thought it was pretty funny. I mean, there was this one joke that I actually was like, out of all the jokes they've done, that one might be pushing the boundaries a little bit because they didn't let them know that it was a prank. Essentially, what they did, right, is they put everybody in like the staff room, like the hangout room. You know what I'm saying? Like when they're not filming. And they locked all the doors, turned all the lights off, and they had a bunch of people with like night vision goggles come in and like hit them in the head with like trash can lids and like fucking hit them with like cattle prods and stuff like that in the dark. So it was like pitch black and they couldn't see anything. All the doors were locked and they were getting completely fucked up. And I remember that they said that it was in there for like they were in there for like a long time, I think. Like I think they said they were in there for like 10 minutes or something, you know? And like I remember that they were interviewing Dave England and he was like, "Yeah, it's probably funny to like watch, but I legitimately thought I was going to die in there." Cuz like you have to realize they didn't know what was going on. They didn't like know that it was a prank. They didn't tell him. They just kind of did that out of nowhere.
Oh.
So like they were just sitting in a room and all of a sudden the lights go off and they're getting like beat over the head with like trash can lids and like zapped with cattle prods and shit like that. And they can't see anything. It's pitch black in there. And they're like, locked in a room.
Something tells you that somewhere along the line a law has to have been broken, right?
With Jackass,
I-
with Jackass, I feel like every single Jackass movie has broken a shit ton of laws, and it's funny because they've actually been arrested, like not arrested, but they've like been charged and stuff like that with like breaking rules and shit like that. Because a lot of the time they do things and they don't really think about like all the legal consequences of it. They think about a lot of them, but you can't really think about every single legal consequence. You know what I'm saying? So they kind of get in trouble a couple of times. Like, I remember in 4.5, they were on like fucking like Hollywood Boulevard, right? Where like some of the best movies have been filmed. And they were filming a fucking prank there. And they were all just puking all over the place at Hollywood Boulevard and they had to clean it up afterwards. They were going to get in trouble. And it's like, yeah, I mean, that's not super surprising considering that obviously, just common sense. You would absolutely have to clean up if you fucking vomited all over Hollywood Boulevard, So, I mean, there probably has been a law broken, you know what I'm saying? But they get away with it anyway. I remember they filmed a movie in Africa called Wild Boys, and I'm pretty sure that had some laws broken in it as well. I mean, but like I said, I actually really like Jackass because, they do all this dumb shit for us to sit there and laugh at them, and it's funny as fuck. So, I mean, I appreciate it. I mean, it's entertaining for sure. I think that one of the fucking worst pranks that I saw in Jackass 4.5, just 4.5, right, was they went fucking in on Danger Aaron. Danger Aaron pretty much does ball shots and nothing else. And they went insane with this one. Like crazy. Like they had like a fucking right? They had a world-class bowler fucking bowl into his nuts, right? They had a fucking Olympic tennis player, right, who can serve like 100 miles per hour, fucking whip tennis balls at his dick. They fucking took a pogo stick and they had his testicle like on a fucking slab of wood, and they fucking sticked his testicle. That's what ruptured his testicle, because they fucking took a pogo stick and landed directly on his ball.
But that's probably why I don't like Jackass as much as I hear like everyone I know likes it. I don't, and that's probably why. Because what if one day you're watching some say a new one comes out, and what if someone dies?
Well, here's the thing,
and they just
right?
don't know.
Well, here's the thing. There is something that happened that they didn't die, but they got really fucking close. There's this guy called Lassie or Lacey or something, Lassy, I think as it is, Lassie, and he was a part of Jackass. And if you remember, Jackass did a Shark Week thing for Shark Week, and this guy, he got all the way down to his elbow chewed off by a fucking shark. So he lost like his whole fucking arm for Jackass. So like there has been things where really serious shit has happened. This guy lost his whole fucking arm like doing a Jackass fucking thing. I mean, they're not ever going to die because the pranks that they're doing are not ever going to kill anyone. You know what I'm saying? Like they're going to severely injure you, but they're not going to kill you. I mean, Johnny Knoxville one time got his Johnny Knoxville got his hand cut all the way down to the point where you could see his fucking bone. He had to have surgery performed on his hand. Steve-O got fucking third-degree burns over like half his body.
Yeah, but who's to say? Like, you're saying, oh well, they won't die. That's a pretty bold statement for the stunts they do.
You're a fucking retard. Seriously, you're an actual retard. You know that these things have to like get approved before they do it, right?
I've never watched it, so I don't know. You
Well,
call me a retard.
You're such a
seen it.
fucking tard,
I don't know.
dude. You really think that the Jackass cast can just come up with something and they say, yeah, do it, with no preparation, no like researching it, no any of that? Then you're a dumb motherfucker. You don't even have to watch the show. That's just common sense. Like, legit, that's just common sense. Even think about, the show has to be fucking directed. The director could just say no to a couple of things. They're not ever going to die because they're not ever going to allow a stunt where somebody could die. Fucking Ninehead over here. Peanut brain. Exactly, dude. Just fucking think about it for like more than 2 seconds. And it's like, they don't just fucking run around and like record on their cell phones. You realize this is like a fucking like multi-million-dollar production, right? With a whole fucking cast crew. Like they legitimately, for Jackass Forever, right, got the #1 ranking like fucking special effects directors and shit like that. This is a multi-million-dollar fucking project, all right? Working with some of the best directors and special effects and like fucking artists of all time. They're not just going to do whatever the fuck they want. Like there are like guidelines that they have to like do in this. You realize that, right? Like they have.
Well, now I didn't know. I've never seen them.
They're all
Like,
trained.
First of
all the cast of Jackass are trained professionals. They've all went through like training to like know how to do this shit. That's the first thing, that they're all trained professionals. Second of all, they have a fucking medical crew literally just on standby at all times. Like if you ever watch it, you can see them. They're right there in like all the shots. They're literally right there. So in case something happens, they're right there. I don't care if you've seen the show or not. The fact that you were like, what if they die? Just like, it has nothing to do with you seeing the show. It's just common sense. Like, do you really think they would allow them to do a stunt that could potentially kill them? No. That has nothing to do with not seeing the movie. That's just a lack of common sense. That's just kind of like basic common sense right there. Like they're obviously not going to allow any stunt that could kill you. You know what I'm saying? That's a little bit too fucking far. Like every single Jackass stunt, yeah, has the potential to hurt you, but not kill you. Not a single fucking jackass stunt has even been close to killing somebody. Because the point is that they're not trying to kill each other. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's just a really fucking stupid thing to say. Because they're not going to allow them to do something where the possibility of death is even there. If there's a possibility of death, they're going to say, no, you're not doing this. Because you could fucking die, and we would have to see it on video. Like, we would see it. It would be recorded. There'd be footage of it. Like, they're not going to allow stunts where you could die. Like, a lot of the stunts you don't even get serious injury from the stunts. That's not the point. Like, the point is to not go for serious injuries. Like, most of the cast has not gotten serious injuries. Like, they haven't. You know what I'm saying?
I would argue losing an entire arm due to a shark in third-degree burns would be serious enough.
Yeah, but here's the thing. That wasn't Jackass. It wasn't the same director. It wasn't even Jackass. It was directed by somebody else, and it wasn't a movie. It was a fucking TV thing that they did. So that wasn't even Jackass. Like you get what I'm saying here, right? That wasn't That was not in Jackass. It wasn't even Jackass. That was something completely different.
Okay.
Bro, legitimately, I'm not trying to be mean, but like, if you're completely uneducated and you don't know anything, maybe you just shouldn't say anything. Cause
I
like,
was just trying to bring up a conversation. Jesus.
no, like,
But fine.
no, like,
fine.
I understand that you're trying to bring up a conversation like, what if you die? But like, it's just one of those things where like, you said that you don't watch Jackass, but like.
Yeah, I don't understand. There's easier ways of saying, hey, that's not how it works, instead of like, oh, you're fucking retarded.
Okay, but it's just
Thank you.
okay,
I know
but
that
okay,
already.
okay, but it's just common sense. Like, use your brain for a minute. Do you really think that the director and the whole fucking crew that has to like deal with the legal consequences of that would even have that be a possibility? You dying. Do you really think they would even let that be a possibility? No, they wouldn't even allow that to be a possibility. Like, it's not just a bunch of people running around recording shit on their phone. It's a multi-million-dollar production with like a director, a cast, a crew. Like, it's, you know what I'm saying? It takes years to make these fucking things. Like, what? They would not allow death to be even in the realm of possibilities. If it is in the realm of possibilities, they're not going to do the stunt. Because somebody could fucking die. Like, do you get what I'm saying here? Whether you've seen it or not, that's just kind of common sense. Like, you get what I'm saying here?
I guess eh.
Dude, I don't know what's confusing for you right now.
Nothing's confusing. It's just, I got your point, but was the insult necessary?
Dude, a little bit, because like, it's just dumb. Like, what if they die? Well, they're not going to, all right, because they're not going to allow that to happen. So that the whole fucking crew has to deal with that. So like the director can get sued and all this other shit. Like, dude, they're not going to even let that happen, right? Like, it also just shows that you don't know anything about Jackass, because no stunt has even
admitted to that.
I don't know why.
I literally admitted to not knowing anything.
So that's my other point then. Why did you even say anything if you don't know what you're talking about?
Because I want to know.
I know.
Why
but, okay,
else would I fucking say it?
I know, but it just makes you look dumb because you don't know what you're talking about. Like, no, like,
I know what I'm talking about. I admit to it. I want to know. It was a genuine question.
No, dude, it wasn't even. Well, I guess it was kind of. I guess it was a question, but still, I mean, if you've like, out of every single Jackass movie that they have done, not a single stunt has even been close to potential death. Not a single one of them has even been close to potential death. Like, the most dangerous stunt they have ever done on Jackass legitimately only led to 2 third-degree burns. Steve-O had 2 third-degree burns, and that's it. Not even close to death. It just proves that, like I said, you really have no fucking clue what you're talking about, because not because not a single stunt has even been close to somebody dying. Like, not even close. Like, the most dangerous one wasn't even close to death. Like, it's...
Yes, I understand. You're proving my point. I know nothing. Hence the question. What if? If implying, if there is a possibility.
Dude, yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah,
I've
there's...
never seen
Okay,
it.
there's
I
not a
want to
possibility.
know.
There's not even a possibility that will happen. Not even. And again, I just feel like it's not really, if you've seen Jackass or not, it's just common sense. Like, think about it. Do you really think an entire fucking production company, whatever, like, because it's like fucking, like, these things get distributed by production companies. You really think a director, a cast, a crew, any of the people who are donating money to make this happen, fucking movie theater, anybody, you really think the entire movie making industry would allow somebody to potentially die? Like, do you really think they would allow that to happen? It's just kind of common sense that that's not going to happen, because they weed all of those ideas out before they even start fucking filming. Those ideas have been, they've already been taken out. When they start filming, they have all their pranks already planned out, what they're going to film. You get that, right? The whole thing isn't free ball. That's why they have, intros and stuff. Because before they start filming, the entire stunt is already set up and planned out. Like, the way that Jackass works, it's not even a possibility that somebody could die. It's not even a possibility. That's just kind of, basic common sense, I think. Because, they're not just going to run around and, come up with everything on the spot. They obviously come up with things, beforehand, you know what I'm saying?
That's what those are. Fucking bats. Oh shit. I've never seen bats in Florida. My god.
I get the question, but it was just a really dumb question. Because like I said, the movie making process, right? And all the legal process would not allow that to happen. It's just there are laws in movies. You know how every single fucking film says no animals were harmed in the making of this film? You know why? Because that's a law that you can't do that. You really think they would allow somebody to potentially die on set doing a stunt that could kill you? This has nothing to do with Jackass. Just think about movies in general. Just movies, right? Do you think they would allow that to happen? No. No, they wouldn't. That's the point that I'm trying to make, is that how do you even think they would allow that to happen? Do you think the movie making industry just doesn't give a fuck about stuff like that? Because they definitely do care about stuff like that. A lot. They really care about that. So they don't get their fucking asses sued off. Bro, you're gonna talk or fucking just sit there silent, dude?
Well, I mean, what can I say?
Dude, it seems like I'm talking to a fucking brick wall because your microphone has been off for half of this. Probably over half.
No, actually, it hasn't been off. I'm just listening to you
No,
because I don't know what to say.
No, not off, but you've just been silent. I've just been talking to myself for 20 minutes straight.
Well, I don't know how to respond. Like, okay, you made your point. I get it. I'm fucking stupid. I get it. I get it. I
Mo-
get it.
fucking, we're moving on. We're moving on. So, the next thing that I could talk about, I guess. By the way, I'm carrying this fucking episode on my back right now because you have not contributed at all. While I'm talking about my next thing, you better fucking think of something to talk about. I swear to God, because once I'm done with these next two, I don't have anything else. All right, so it'll be over. So while I'm talking about this, think about what you could talk about next.
Okay. Okay, Mom. Ugh.
Um, so the next thing I talk about, I guess, is I recently, like a couple of days ago, got back into Destiny 2, and they put a lot of content into the game. Like, I went into the game, and they have like a brand new area to go to, like a brand new planet, right? They have a new planet, a new raid, a new dungeon, new weapons, like a new addition to the fucking helm, which is kind of like the base. Like, that's where you're like, it's kind of like the social area of the game. They have a brand new place there. Like, they added in like major things while I was off of the game, and it's actually pretty cool. Vow of the Disciple I've already done already. It's a pretty fun raid, I think. I mean, there are parts that I don't really like. I mean, to be fair, a lot of people are gonna disagree with me and probably say, "You're a fucking idiot, dude. You're a fucking dumbass." Um, okay, so obviously I've kind of told you about like Destiny 2 and like raids before, about how like these raids are like these multi-encountered things, like activities that you can do. You know what I'm saying? It's like there'll be one like puzzle, and then there'll be a boss fight, and then a puzzle, and then a boss fight. You know what I'm saying? Uh, and this raid, right? I think shoots itself in the fucking foot. Like, it's a cool idea, but there's way too much with it. Did you know that there's 22 different symbols that all look different that have their own names, and you have to know every single one of them?
No,
Yeah,
because I don't play Destiny 2.
that's in the game. Is like that, you have to do that in that raid. And I think that's like, a lot of people are like, "Oh, it's really cool because, you have to fucking memorize all of it. It's hard." It's like, yeah, I get that it's hard, but it's too much. Like, I said this from the very beginning, right? That I played Vow of the Disciple. The first encounter, the fucking it's called obelisks, is fucking insane. Like, that shit is so fucking hard that I just legitimately, like, just don't think it's that good. Like, it's so fucking hard that I don't think it's really fun anymore. Like, it's one of those raids where it's like, you fucking play the game, right? And if you're playing that specific raid, you are not, like, in it to have fun. You're in it to fucking try hard. You know what I'm saying? You're going to be trying as hard as you possibly fucking can. You know what I'm saying? To try and do it right. And you're not going to be able to just kind of have fun with it. And I think that's the problem, is that you can't really just have fun with it and just chill out. No, this is one of those raids where you have to be constantly thinking about it and constantly, like, fucking, you know what I'm saying? Like, trying your hardest to beat this. And I don't really think that's cool. You know what I'm saying? It's just really tedious. It's not that fun, I don't think. It's really annoying. It's frustrating. It's way too demanding. I just don't like it, personally. The new dungeon is called Duality. I have not tried it yet. Alright? I want to, but I have not tried it yet. So I can't really talk about that. They brought back the Leviathan, which the Leviathan was a ship in Destiny 2 from the first year of the game. And they've now brought it back, and it's going to be a permanent location. So it's going to stay. Like, they brought it back for this season, but it's going to stay. Like, it's going to stay there forever now, which is cool, because now you can go back onto the fucking Leviathan ship, and you can explore all the areas that you never could before, because you're not in a raid. It's just an open world planet now, you know? So you can just explore the whole thing without any fear of anything. You can just go and explore, which is really cool, you know? Because it has all the rooms from the raid, you know, like the Leviathan raid. So it still has the pleasure gardens. It still has the royal pools. It still has the gauntlet. It has all that stuff. But you can just explore it freely now, which is really fucking cool, and I think that's awesome. They've put in a lot of content, and I have to commend them for that, and I am very happy to get into the game. The only thing is that because I took like a 3-month break, there's a couple of things that I have to do from the previous Season of the Risen. So I can't really focus on a lot of Season of the Haunted stuff because I'm trying to do Season of the Risen shit because I took a 3-month break. Like, I only played Season of the Risen for like 1 month out of the 3 months, you know? So I missed like 2 months of this fucking game.
Ah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? I missed a large portion of the game. And I came back right as Season of the Haunted started. Like, seasons are 90 days. I got back into the game with 87 days left in the season. So I only missed 3 days of the season. But I missed like 2 months of the previous season. And there's not a lot of things that I really care about. I mean, like, the raid is going to stay. The only thing that you're going to miss is the seasonal content, you know? But a lot of that's still going to be there, too. Like, a lot of the seasonal content, like the PsyOps thing, is going to stay. The only thing you're going to miss out on is, like, the storytelling. You know what I'm saying? That's it. All the weapons you can still get, all the fucking activities that they added into the game you can still do. Like, you can still do and get everything. It's just that you didn't do it last season, so now you have to do it this season if you want to. So, you know what I'm saying? It's something more that you have to do, but you didn't really miss much in the season. The only thing is that I paid for Season of the Risen, and I only played it for like a month, so I like kind of just sank a bunch of money into nowhere.
Lovely.
Because each season is like $10, you know, and I just didn't play it for like 2 months. Which, by the way, the seasons being $10 isn't even really that bad, by the way. Because these seasons are like 90 days of content, you know? And seasonal activities, new weapons, new cosmetics. Like, there's a lot that goes into these, you know? And I think that's good because it's just makes the game better.
I mean, yeah, I would like to think so, even though I know pretty much nothing of what you're talking about, because I haven't touched Destiny since my Xbox broke, which was about 3 years ago.
So, by the way, I'm going to send you this thing. By the way, like, you within the raid, you need to recognize and remember every single one of these symbols that I'm about to show you. Every single one of them. And basically what you have to do is you're going to be like staring at these triangle things, right? These like weird triangle things that are like sticking up from the ground, and they have 4 sides, and each side has 3 symbols on it. So there's 12 symbols on each obelisk. The whole point is that 2 people call out what symbols they see, and you have to find the correct obelisk that has all the symbols on it. So every single one of these symbols you have to know, and you have to know what name they are. And it's not easy. All of that you have to know for the raid. All of that.
My God.
So, like, if somebody is like, oh, it's drink, gift, and love, You have to know what drink, gift, and love mean, and you have to go find them.
Yikes.
You know what I'm saying? Like, if somebody was like, oh yeah, the ones that I saw was worship, gift, and ascendant plane. You have to, first of all, you have to know what those words mean. If you don't know what worship, gift, and ascendant plane mean, then you're not going to be able to find the symbols. But then after that, you have to find the symbols and you have to shoot them. And you're timed while you're doing all of this. And you only get 3 tries. So if you fail 3 times, guess what happens? You start all the way over again. And you're probably wondering, oh, how many times do you have to find the obelisk with the correct symbol? You have to do that 3 times. And if you mess up enough, it doesn't start you from like you completed it 2 times. No, you start all the way from the beginning. If you completed it 2 times but you failed on the 3rd time, you do it all over again, motherfucker.
Ooh. Why? Well, why would they do that?
Because this is a raid that they really, I think, wanted to be hard. Like, they wanted this raid to be really fucking hard. And this is kind of what I'm talking about. Like, is the raid fun? I think it is. However, some of these encounters, you can't just, like, chill out with. You know what I'm saying? You can't just, like, hang back and have a good time and chill out. You have to be, like, sweaty. You have to be sweating. You know what I'm saying? Like, really try-harding. And I think that's the problem, is that, like, not everybody wants to try hard the fuck out of a raid. However, okay, to put it into perspective, the obelisk thing where you have to, first of all, the first thing you have to do is you have to find where the 3 symbols are, because they're hidden around the map in rooms. Once you find the 3 symbols, you have to say what the 3 symbols are, and then the other team has to find the correct obelisk with the 3 symbols. That whole process, you have to do that 3 times. That's the first encounter of the raid. That's part 1 of 4. That's the first thing you have to do, is that. And it only gets harder. If you think that's hard, that's the easiest part of the raid. Well, yeah, it gets harder than that. It gets harder than that. And that's already so fucking hard. Like, I remember on the first day that I did this raid, the very first day, on day 1, not even kidding, right? I played the game for 13 hours, I think. I started at noon, and I got off at 8 o'clock at night, and I took an hour break, and then I played until 1. So I played it for 12 hours, not 13, but 12. You know what I'm saying? I played it for 12 hours. The first encounter took 8 hours. Imagine that. Sitting there doing the same thing for 8 hours. Just the same shit over and over and over again. And then after I beat it,
I don't have to imagine.
After I beat that, we got to the second part, which took us 4 hours, and I was like, dude, I gotta fucking quit. Like, I can't fucking do this anymore. Because, like, I was like, dude, I've been playing for so fucking long, I can't do it anymore. I gotta get to sleep. Like, this is just ridiculous. Like, the raid is hard. For fucking sure it's hard. But, like, is the raid fun? I've seen other people, and a lot of other people are like, yeah, the raid is good, but it's not super fun. The raid is super fucking glitchy, I think. Like, a lot of the stuff just decides it doesn't want to work sometimes, you know? And I think that's a problem, like a huge problem with the game. But, I mean, like, the raid is cool. It has a really cool atmosphere. Like, the symbols and shit are cool. Like, here's the thing. Every single thing I wanted this raid to be when they first announced it, it is. Like, everything that they said they were going to do, they did. it's just not very fun, I don't think. Like, a lot of the encounters are really buggy. They don't really work that well, you know? Like, they just don't work super well. That's the first fucking problem. The second problem is that a lot of them just require so much coordination and thinking. It's just like, it just makes you like fucking like tired. Like your brain gets tired of it. Like it's not even really fun anymore. It's like doing an exam. It's just not fun. It's so much fucking thinking. It's not fun, right? And then some of the encounters are just they don't even really feel like they're like finished encounters. Like the third encounter of the raid, right, which I think is called Communion or some shit. I can't fucking remember. Doesn't even feel like a finished encounter. It feels really fucking weird. You know, it feels very odd. Essentially what you do is you're essentially just running down these linear hallways and you have to kill all enemies to make these certain enemies spawn that you then kill, and you see symbols that you can announce, and then you use the symbols to like, you know what I'm saying, like go through the next door. And while you're doing that, there's somebody with a shield that's like cleansing you because your screen starts to go dark, and they're the ones who can like save you by cleansing you. And it's just that for like 4 rooms, and you're on a timer. And it's like, this doesn't even really feel like a, like, you know, you get what I'm saying here, right? That doesn't really feel like an encounter. It feels like you're on the way to the real encounter. It just doesn't feel finished. You know what I'm saying? It just doesn't feel finished to me.
Ah,
I mean, the boss fight is really fucking cool. I don't really want to talk too much about it because it's kind of complicated, but the boss fight is really fucking cool. The one thing that I have to say that I don't necessarily like a lot about this raid is the fact that other people have brought this up too. Vow of the Disciple, which is the name of the raid, Vow of the Disciple, kind of just feels like a bunch of previous raids mashed together, if that makes any sense. Like,
ah,
to put it into perspective, right? The whole shooting symbols to activate things was from a raid that came out in 2017 called Last Wish. Alright? The pervading darkness thing and the relic that you have to use, you know what I'm saying? To fucking cleanse the darkness. That's from Vault of Glass. A raid that was in the original Destiny. The raid came out in, I think, 2015, right? It was, I don't think it was that late. I think it was like 2014, maybe. 2014 that raid came out. But still, it's a very old raid. Like, it's just one of those things where it just feels like a bunch of different raids kind of mashed together, and I'm not really a fan of that, They just kind of stole ideas from other raids. There's a part where you have a Taken weapon called Taken Essence, and you have to, like, destroy blights with it. That's also ripped directly from the Last Wish raid. So, like, they stole, like, those nuts are from Last Wish. Like, the little things that you pick up, right? They look like nuts kind of, and they fire like these focused like beams of light, and they're the ones that can like kill special like shields that nobody else can. They're the ones that can like see the symbols. They're the ones that can like type in the symbols and shit. You know what I'm saying? So like those nuts, what people call them, are literally from Last Wish. If that makes, they're literally from Last Wish. So like, here's the thing: the third encounter is 2 relics. Well, 2 relics from Last Wish, 1 relic from Vault of Glass, and just hey, kill enemies and run in a straight line. And it's like that's not really a good encounter. Like it doesn't really require a whole lot of like thinking or anything, The only thing is, hey, kill all the enemies to spawn the big ones, kill them and get the call out, and then open the door and continue on. Hey, relic guy, you gotta cleanse. Like it just does not, you know what I'm saying? It just doesn't feel like an encounter. It feels like you're, you know what I'm saying? It feels like a half encounter. Like, it feels like the introduction to the real encounter. I don't like it very much. You know what I'm saying? I'm just not a fan of it.
Well, I will be back in a fucking second because it decided to rain on me. So I'm gonna mute and go back inside real quick.
Okay, cool.
Jeez. Yeah, I
I'll be
don't.
waiting.
Fucking, I love Florida sometimes. Actually, no, I don't. That's a lie.
Buddy, oh, I was about to say, buddy, you didn't mute yourself. Just fucking let me know. Dude, are you back yet? Are you back now? Yo, come on, man. I'm getting fucking impatient here. Bro!
Okay. I got fucking locked out, but we're back.
Nice.
Indoors, not getting wet.
You know, I'm kind of done talking about Destiny 2. Like, I like the game, don't get me wrong, but, like, here's the thing. Taking a 3-month break and then coming back to the game, I've never done that before. It really just kind of reminded me what kind of a game Destiny 2 is. Like, they legitimately expect you to be playing this game, like, every day, or, like, every week, at least, like, a couple times a week. Like, this is not a game where you can take, like, a month or two off of the game. You can't do that. Like, this definitely isn't a game where you can take breaks, because you take a break, you come back, and you're a month behind everybody else, and you're never gonna catch up. You've fucked yourself. Now you know what I'm saying? Like, you've missed out on content. You're not as leveled up as everybody else. You're kind of fucked. If you get you know what I'm saying? Like, you're kind of fucked. And I think that's a huge problem. That's a huge problem because you're only going to keep your most dedicated players. And I was one of those players for a long time. But it's like, I don't want to feel like I'm, like, tied down to a game. You know what I'm saying? I don't like that feeling where it's like, if I want to play this game and people take me seriously and, like, be able to do the content I want to do, I have to be playing this game, like, every week. I don't like that feeling, because it's like, yeah, if you take a break for a month or 2 months, you miss out on a fuck ton of content. You have no idea what's going on story-wise. You do not have all the best weapons. You have no fucking idea what the meta is, like, the best shit is. You have no idea what the meta is. You have no idea what the new content is. Like, you're not experienced. Like, you've completely fucked yourself, and you can't even really play the game anymore. Like, you get back into the game, and you're going to spend, like, a fucking week or two just learning what you have to do, because you haven't been playing the game for, like, a month or two. So it's a game where you have to, like, play it, like, every day, and you can't take breaks. And I hate that feeling, because it's like, I don't really want to play this game now, but if I want to play it later and actually do the content I want to do, like raids and stuff, I have to play it that much. Because if I don't, I'm going to come back into the game having the worst fucking weapons that are not good, being super underleveled, and not knowing what the fuck I'm doing. Like, I'm not going to know how to do the raid. Like, I'm not going to know what the fuck I'm doing. This is quite literally a game where you have to be playing it at least, like, once or twice a week. At least.
Well, doesn't that just suck?
Yeah, it's... Like, it's really not fun. Like, it's not a good feeling to know that if you want to keep playing this game, you have to be, like, fully committed to it. Like, you can't really play anything else. And here's the thing, like, God forbid you have more than one game that's like that. Like, to be fair, it's not as bad, not even close to as bad, but Warframe is kind of like that. Warframe is a game where they kind of expect you to be playing somewhat frequently because they add in new content all the time. Like, you know how Warframe is? After 2 weeks, there's a new event. You know, it's like, hey, after 2 weeks, we decided to bring this weapon back, or we decided to bring this activity back, or this Warframe back. You have to be playing the game all the time to keep up. So God forbid you like Warframe and you like Destiny 2, because now you have 2 games that you need to play a couple times a week. And you might not be able to play anything else. You might be playing Destiny 2 and Warframe like for every week. And that might be all you can fit in. You might be playing Destiny 2 for 3 days and fucking Warframe for 3 days, and you don't have any time to play anything else. It's such a big fucking problem, but people just ignore it because they want the game to be serious and they want the game to feel like that, and people really, really are committed to this game. Like, a lot of people are committed to this game, but it's a fucking problem because if you want to do raids, you have to be leveling up. Like, they don't drop a raid and the raid is like minimum level. Like, in order to do raids, they expect you to be, like, maximum level for the season. You know what I'm saying? Like, if maximum level is 1580, right, they expect you to be 1580 by the time the raid drops, because it's going to be 1580. The raid is going to be 1580. Like, that's the problem, is that, like, if you want to do new content or challenging content, you have to be level up, and you have to have good weapons. Even if you're maximum level, if you don't have weapons that do good damage, you're not going to win, because you can't do enough damage to kill the boss. You only get 3 damage phases to kill the boss. If you can't kill him in 3 damage phases, you lose. You wipe, try again. Your whole team dies, try again. Like, the whole game is you have to constantly be improving yourself over and over and over all the time, or you can't keep up. Like, if you're not improving yourself all the time, constantly, you are not going to be able to keep up with the content in the game. It's going to be too hard for you. You have to keep up all the time. And some people don't want to do that. Some people don't want to have to worry about playing the game every day because it's not fun at that point. It's a fucking chore. It's a job, you know, and people don't like that. I don't fucking like that, you know?
Well, on a similar note of shit not being right and pissing everyone off, Gary's mod has come under fire recently.
For
And
what?
by recently, I'm literally yesterday. Apparently, a pretty big modder in the community kind of fucking went off the deep end and altered the code of a really dependent mod that everyone uses. It's called okay, what the fuck? I think it was called like glue base or something like that. And basically, what it does is it serves as framework for better mods to be built off of it. Because how it works is like you could have like the base AI mod, and then script NPCs based off of that framework. Well, this dude apparently changed the code to make it to where it jump scares the player with porn. And I know that sounds strange, but the specific image it uses is of Goatsy, which if you've
Okay,
ever used the go ahead.
dude, I'm sorry, but like, if you still think that Goatsy is shocking, you're a fucking pussy. That's like PG content on the internet today.
No, here's the thing though. Most Gary's mod players were not born when this was a thing.
Dude,
So
who do
half of
you
them don't even know what
who
the
the
fuck
fuck
it
do
is.
you think is playing Gmod? Kids today don't even know what the fuck Gmod is.
Yes, the fuck they do.
No, they
Yes,
don't. No, they don't. They're worried about like current things. Kids today are playing new games
you
and what's
seen?
trending. What's trending,
Have
all
you
right?
seen the amount of garbage on YouTube Kids that revolves around Gary's mod?
No.
No joke.
No, cuz I don't
I was
watch fucking
playing it
YouTube
the other day.
Kids.
I was playing it the other day, doing my own thing, committing mass genocide against Half-Life 1 scientists, as you do. And no shit, my niece comes up to me and says, "Hey, can you spawn in Cartoon Cat?" And I'm sitting there thinking, she's 7 years old. I'm sitting there thinking, what the fuck is a cartoon cat? And what the fuck is she watching for her to think that?
Yeah,
So,
dude, I don't know, man. I just don't think that kids are playing fucking Gary's mod. Like, most
but
kids, I'm sorry, most kids don't even have a computer that can play games. And if they do, they're not playing fucking Gary's mod. That's not like a hip, new, trending game. Gary's mod is like 12 years fucking old. I am
dude,
sure
it
that
doesn't
kids are
even
not playing
take
the game.
it doesn't even take a high-end rig to play. If I can play it on my piece of shit toaster, anyone can play. It's a source game. Anyone can run it. You can run it, for Christ's sake. Even without your new shit, you could have
Yeah,
run. Oh my
yeah, but
god, it's
still,
pouring outside.
kids are not playing fucking Gmod. They're playing like Roblox and like Fortnite and shit. They're not
I
playing
assure you,
Gmod.
they're playing Gary's mod.
I don't believe you at
Anyway,
all. I don't
the
believe you
image
even a little
itself.
bit.
Well, that's fine, but I'm saying they are because it's true. I've seen it. You should see the amount of squeakers in fucking lobbies. It's ridiculous. Especially Dark RP. Oh my god. Anyway,
Dude, I don't know,
that's not the
man.
point. The image itself isn't the scary part, at least for, veterans such as us, but it's the sound that plays is what makes it the fucking jump scare. Apparently it's that generic jump scare scream, but paired with a man's gaping asshole, yeah, I'd be a little freaked out too, to be honest.
I'm just saying, man. Like it's goatsy. That's quite literally PG content. It's not even that bad.
PG content. Yes, I'm
Yeah.
sure my mother would love to sit down with me and watch a man's gaping asshole.
Okay.
I'm sure she would love for me to watch
Okay.
that.
Hey, your mom had you. Your mom has gotten dick in her pussy and asshole. Shut the fuck up, idiot. Of course she wouldn't care. She probably watches porn more extreme than that on a daily basis. Yeah,
She
you don't have
thought I
anything to say to
fucked
that.
dogs because she thought I fucked dogs because I had a stash of furry porn on my laptop.
Yeah, but here's the thing, right? It's just that, all right, it's just porn that she didn't have. All right, she had kids. All right, she's had sex before. All right, and I guarantee she watches porn. You know what I'm saying? Like your mom, I assure you, your mom would see a picture of Goatsy and she'd be like, "Yeah, this is just like really basic porn." Goatsy is not shocking at this. Like, legitimately, it wasn't shocking when it came out. Because Goatsy came out around the same time that One Guy, One Jar did. Goatsy is pussy shit. Like, legitimately, go to Pornhub and just watch porn, and Goatsy is there. It's not even that bad. Legitimately. Just go to Pornhub and watch any generic porn, and they're replicating Goatsy. It's not even that bad, dude. It is so vanilla and basic and not at all shocking. It's just normal porn. It's just normal ass porn.
Okay.
Yeah, like I've made my point, haven't I? I've convinced you, haven't I?
No, you haven't convinced me of shit. I'm just trying to bring up topics and you fucking shut it down
No,
like an
dude,
AA
okay.
gun, so it's like,
So do you actually think that Goatsy is shocking content?
no, I brought it up because everyone won't shut the fuck up about it, and the fact that it's overtaking every mod on the workshop, which is what I was going to say, because it's a virus that actually infects mods and it can run itself on your system,
See, but
but
yeah, but
you
like
kind of,
who gives a fuck about the Goatsy image? They only care because their fucking computer is getting a virus on it. That's all they care about.
which it's not necessarily a bad, it's a Lewis script virus. It's as easy as getting rid of as the flu. Like it's as like you could reinstall Gary's mod and it's over. People are just getting bent out of shape because it's the new. This happened before a
Wait,
few
so
years ago
you
with the
can
fucking
just
G-Man
you can just
virus.
uninstall the game and reinstall it and the virus is gone.
Pretty much, yeah. Lewis script viruses aren't really that complicated to my knowledge. Like I don't mod for source, so don't quote me on this. I'm just going off what I remember, which evidently is very faulty.
I
But
mean,
Lewis script viruses in general aren't really sophisticated, so a simple like hard reinstall of Gary's mod would fix it.
dude,
Like
not
something
e-
like this happened like years ago with something called the G-Man virus,
Oh,
which
I
is
actually know what
basically if
that
you
is though.
downloaded if you down for those who don't know, for all two of you, if you downloaded a mod off the workshop and you ran Gary's mod after subscribing to that add-on, and the Lewis script runs, you basically get jump scared by this weird texture of G-Man's face.
Yeah.
But it was so easily like um fixable that a 2-year-old could do it.
Yeah, that was a pretty famous one. Like that was a pretty recognizable one. I feel like everybody knows that story. Also, legitimately, I feel like Goatsy is about as shocking as the fucking bowling pin gif. They're not like it's not shocking, it's not. I feel like the bowling pin gif and Goatsy are the same level of shocking, being not shocking even a little bit. Not shocking at all. 0% shocking.
Well, I mean, it's not exactly shocking in the that gasping type. It's like, oh my god, I didn't expect that type of shock. Like, there's different types of like, there's genuine like surprising shock, and then there's shock like, holy shit, I did not expect that, and I wish I hadn't have seen that.
Yeah,
Like
but okay,
most of
I know,
E6.
but like Goatsy is not the oh my god, I wish I didn't see that, cause it's not that bad. Like it's not that bad. Like it's the wow, I really didn't expect that, and then you laugh and move on. It's not like the oh my god, I'm scarred. I didn't want to see that. Goatsy is not that kind of shocking. It's shocking where it's like, wow, that's really fucking stupid. I'm gonna move on now.
I mean, it's not like traumatizing shocking, like you seem to insinuate.
It's just
Mostly
it's
just
just kind of
really,
fucking annoying. Like it's just kind of annoying
yeah,
and
yeah, it's
irritating.
like it's it's like how Squidward I imagine how Squidward would say it, something like, I really wish I hadn't have seen that today,
Yeah,
but I
like
did.
here's the thing,
Fucking
it's just kind of more fucking irritating because like it just pops up and somebody could see it, so you're just kind of pissed off. But like here's the thing, right? Like Goatsy is not like on the same level as like one guy, one jar or anything. Like
didn't you just say it was pussy shit
yeah,
like
Goatsy's
not
pussy
5 minutes
shit.
ago?
Yeah,
No,
it
I'm pretty
is.
you said both the jar video and this was pussy shit like 5 minutes ago.
No, I said that the bowling pin gif and Goatsy are pussy shit. I said the only thing that I said was that Goatsy was pussy shit because it came out around the same time as One Guy, One Jar.
Okay.
Something that was way more shocking that people didn't want to see. Goatsy, like I said, Goatsy is like PG content. It's a guy spreading his ass. Who fucking cares? Who cares? At this point, who hasn't seen an asshole? Everybody has. If you're above the age of 18 right now, probably above the age of 16, you've seen an asshole. Because people watch porn. You've seen an asshole. However, have you seen a guy shove a jar up his ass and then the jar breaks and he shits blood and shards of glass? Maybe you haven't seen that. That's worse. That's actually fucking disturbing. Whereas, like,
I mean,
Goatsy is not. Goatsy is basic shit. It is literally generic vanilla porn where one guy, one jar is like, wow, if that happened to me, I probably would just kill myself. Because I don't want shards of glass tearing up my asshole and like my rectum and shit.
well, I mean, there's a bit of a difference between watching someone plow, a hole, and then seeing someone willingly bend over and gape it like they're going to put their entire fucking bowling ball collection in there. Like, I would rather see, someone getting plowed versus someone gaping their hole
No,
like they're
dude.
about to fit
Nah, man.
everyone's fist in it.
No, man, you're just kind of fucking dumb. Because, like, if you go on, like, fucking Pornhub, you do realize that, like, you know how, like, when you go on, like, porn websites, they, like, give you suggested tags from the very start? You know? Like, it's like, hey, do you want this? Do you want this? You do realize that, like, gaping asshole is, like, top 10, right? That's a very fucking common thing, dude. Super fucking common. Do you
Yeah,
do you
but
just
here's the
not know
problem.
that?
The difference but the difference being it's not as fucking big as the goatsy image,
Who
which is my problem.
cares?
If you can see the red interior, the red flesh walls of the rectum, there's a bit of a problem.
Dude, who cares? Fisting is also a thing that's like very popular
Yeah,
on
and it's
Pornhub.
equally as gross.
Yeah,
And it's
my
also just
my
as
point
gross.
though, my point is that goatsy isn't shocking because fisting is like a normal thing that's very popular. Like nobody's gonna see goatsy and be shocked. They're gonna be like, "Oh wow, that's something that I've seen a bunch before."
I don't know, man. I don't willingly look up fisting porn because I think it's fucking gross and
You
weird.
know what, dude?
The fact that you think this is normal tells me more than I need to know about you.
Dude, it fucking is. Any porn site has like fucking. You know what I'm saying? Like fucking
If you think this is normal, I have many more questions that I probably shouldn't be asking.
You know what, dude? I'm literally just gonna fucking look up goatsy right now, just because it's not that bad. Like it's not. Yeah, it's a man's asshole. Like big whoop. It's not that bad. Like, dude, I'm not saying it's like normal, but like what I'm saying, right, is fucking. It's not that bad. Like I'm looking at it right now. It's not that bad. Like I've seen worse.
But that wasn't my point. I don't. That wasn't my point, though.
I mean, here's the thing. I wouldn't want to do that to like my asshole. You know what I'm saying? But you have to realize that like gaping asshole is like a #1 tag on like fucking porn and shit. And the asshole is like, here's the thing. Even if you did do that, the asshole is flexible and stretchable enough that it wouldn't even do anything bad to you permanently. That's why people can do fisting and they're perfectly fine. Like the asshole is very forgiving. Like so here's the thing. Looking at that image, it's like yeah, it's kind of gross cuz like you're staring into like a giant like fucking red like sponge almost. But it's not that bad cuz like you know what? I could do that to myself and it wouldn't hurt all that much. Whereas if I stuck a jar up my ass, that's gaping my asshole and there's glass shredding it up in there. My point is that the reason why shock shit is bad is because looking at the image, that doesn't mean anything. When you start to imagine how the person like feels and how it would feel if you did it, that's the bad part. Looking at one guy, one jar, the thing that fucks you up is thinking, wow, what does his asshole feel like right now? There's shards of glass fucking in all directions in his asshole right now. That fucks you up. Whereas goatsy, it's like, wow, this guy has a really spread asshole. That's it. That's like, what are you supposed to say? It's like, yeah, this guy has a really big asshole. That's it. Like, it's not that fucking bad, dude. It's not that bad.
I'm not saying it is.
What are you saying
Who
then?
the fuck is knocking?
What are you saying then?
Oh,
Yo,
it's the fridge. God, that scared the shit out of me.
bro, I'm confused. What are you saying then? Like, what are you saying about goatsy? Like, what are you saying then?
I'm not saying anything about. I'm just saying that was the image used, but you cut me off before I could finish what I was gonna say. But I've already finished what I was gonna say
Dude,
because I talked
I'm
about
serious.
the
I'm not even
fucking.
kidding right now. I'm not even kidding. Fucking look up goatsy right now and look at it.
No, I already have in preparation for this segment.
Do it now. Look it up right now.
No, I've already done it. There's no point.
Go to Google and look up goatsy right now. I'm staring at it right now. I want you to look at it and tell me that it's that bad. Just look at it. Just look it up. Look up
Because now
goatsy.cx and look at it.
Well, now I have the preconceived notion that it's not that bad, so of course I'm gonna think, oh, it's not that
No,
bad.
no. Forget everything that I said. Just look at it and tell me your thoughts. Because I look at that and I'm like, dude, that's not that bad. The fact that this guy can just do it willingly shows that there's no pain involved, and he probably gets fucked in the ass all the time. That probably feels good to him, dude. It's not that bad, really. It's really not, I don't think. Maybe you think it's that bad, but I don't think it is. I've seen way worse than that. Are you looking at it, or
Why do I need to? I've already done so.
because it's got to be fresh in your mind. It's got to be fresh and present. Because we're talking about it right now. You need a reference image.
But I've already looked at the reference image.
Yeah, but
Literally
not right now. It's not.
5 minutes ago.
It's not fresh in your mind. You could be remembering it wrong. You got to see it again.
Shit.
See it again and tell me if it's that bad. See it again.
No,
Do it,
I refuse.
bro. Hey, man. Sometimes when you stare into the void stares back. It's rude to ignore it. Fucking look at it.
Yeah, well, fuck the void.
Look at it! Why are you a bitch? Look at it!
Because I'm not going to look at an image I've already looked at. If it's not something I'm gonna beat off to, then I forget about
Bro,
it.
if you don't look at it right now, I swear to God, I'm gonna fucking send it in the chat and get us banned off of YouTube if you don't look at it right now.
Hey man, that's on you.
I'm gonna send it to your messenger if you don't fucking look at it right now.
How do you know I'm not looking at it right now?
Because you just told me that you weren't, and you just told me that you... Why would I look at it if I've already seen it? Don't fucking try and reverse psychology your way out of this, you little bitch. I know you're not looking at it right now. You're a horrible actor and a horrible liar. You fucking suck, dude. You're not looking at it. You're like staring at a fucking blank screen right now, trying to pretend, but it's not working.
Actually, I'm looking at my water bottle drinking sips.
Exactly. You're not fucking looking at it. I called you out so fast, dude. With the quickness.
But you were wrong, though.
You're
You were
not
wrong,
looking
though.
at it. You're not looking at it. That was my main point.
I
My
wasn't
main
looking at my screen. You
my
were
main
wrong.
point. My main point is that my main point is that you weren't fucking looking at it. You weren't looking at it. That's my point.
Point has been nullified, good sir.
Dude, fucking just look at the fucking image, dude. Come on.
I wasn't looking at my screen. I was looking at my water bottle.
Bro, fucking do it for the content. I drank hot sauce and ate raw eggs for this fucking thing. Look at the image, you little bitch. Do it fucking now, dude. You get the fuck in there.
Okay, wow, it's a butt. Wow, okay. Okay, woo! I looked at it again. For
Yeah.
no fucking reason. Woo!
Yeah. Now tell me, was it that bad? Tell me.
See, but now it doesn't faze me because I already know. The shock factor has gone down because the more you talk about it, the less it's fucking. How does it
Dude,
go?
it doesn't phase.
The more you.
It doesn't phase you because it wasn't ever that bad in the first fucking place.
No, it's not that bad because I've looked at it twice now and it's not as bad this fucking third time.
Dude,
I've
it
seen
was.
it once in 2009 and was completely mortified. Now it's like, oh, why? I don't want to see
Dude,
that.
here's the thing.
And now it's like, okay.
Here's the thing. You were mortified in 2008 because you were fucking 7 years old. 8 years
Eight.
old. 8 years old, yeah.
But so it was shocking.
Because you were 8 years old. At 8 years old, anything is shocking. A fucking butterfly getting stomped by a guy is fucking shocking. Alright? An 8-year-old does not have a
Actually,
good
I was
grasp
doing
of what is
stomping.
shocking or not.
Actually, I was the one doing the stomping.
An 8-year-old thinks that everything is shocking. You're really gonna let an 8-year-old decide what is shocking and what is not?
Well, I mean, 8-year-old me was also scared of Reagan from The Exorcist because of the Scary Maze game. So, in a way, it kind of did its job correctly. That face does scare me, but for all the wrong reasons.
Yeah, but now goatsy doesn't scare you anymore. It doesn't even fucking affect you because you've grown out of
Well,
it.
it doesn't. No, it doesn't affect me now because I've seen it so many fucking times.
You've beaten it. You've beaten goatsy, and you realize that it's not that bad. It's just a guy's asshole that he's spreading. Who cares?
But again, this wasn't even my original point. So what the fuck are you bringing it up for?
Bro, honestly, this is a completely different topic. Once your asshole gets to that point, what is the point of sex anymore? I feel like it's legitimately, right, like trying to stick a fucking like pencil, right, like into a fucking like gumball machine. There's no room at all. You're a fucking air. Like, how is sex even anything? Like, seriously, once your asshole gets to that point, you stick your dick in there and you have an inch on each side. Up, down, left, and right, you have an inch. How is that even fun anymore? You're just fucking air.
I mean, the mouth does exist.
Yeah, I'm talking about anal sex. Like, you just, like, once your asshole gets to that point, right? Because you've been fisted so much or fucking whatever, what is the point of anal sex anymore? Nothing. Because it's like fucking throwing a hot dog down a hallway. Like, there's nothing there. There's nothing there. Like, what the fuck is the point of it anymore? Maybe the asshole, like, shrinks back down, but, like, I feel like if you're taking a shit, you don't even have to push. It'll just drop straight down with no resistance. Because your asshole is so big.
It's like a fucking stealth bomber.
Yeah, it just opens up and just drops right down. No resistance.
Bombs away.
Dude, I wonder if his asshole is just always like that or not.
I mean, I can't imagine it would go. It would shrink. It would, reduce in size.
It wouldn't. Okay,
If you
here's the
could-
thing. It wouldn't stay like that the entire time, but it wouldn't go like all the way down to normal size. I feel like it would be like somewhere like in the middle.
It would look like someone with a 12-incher just got done with them. I would assume, because it's definitely not closing back the way it should.
No, it's not going to close all the way back. You're definitely going to be loose. Like, you're going to be well used at that point.
Gonna need a fucking diaper at age 41 because he had too many fists up his ass.
I don't
Jesus.
think that's how it
What a way
works.
to go.
I'm not sure that's how it works.
Are you surprised anymore? The retard makes a retard statement. Ooh.
Yeah, that's really not how that works. That's more like the sphincter and stuff like that, not the asshole. Can the butthole reduce
Oh my god, are you...
in size?
Oh my god.
Can the asshole reduce in size after fisting? Dude, I'm on my fucking school Google account. I'm signed in. I could tell because of my fucking face over here. I'm signed into my fucking college email address, and I'm Googling fucking, can your butthole reduce in size after fisting?
What the fuck is this dude doing on our campus? Oh
wait,
my god.
Wait. I found a really good answer, though.
And that is...
Stop. Okay, here we go. The tightness or looseness of an anus is controlled by sphincter muscles, which are naturally tight in their normal state and open up to be looser when flexed. Stretching the anus through penetration with increasingly larger objects will increase the flexibility and maximum size the anus can expand to, but doesn't make it naturally loose. It may exist in a more relaxed state a few hours after before tightening back up. After repeatedly stretching over time, it will often become more elastic and open more easily while tightening up as needed and appropriate. So essentially, the asshole can stretch all the way up to its maximum, and then it can stretch even further and further, but it always returns to its original state because it's muscles. So it's like if you flex your bicep or you lift weights and it's super fucking hard, you know how it eventually goes back to normal? Your sphincter muscles will eventually go back to normal. If you put a fist in your asshole, it might stay like that for like 5 hours, but once the asshole recuperates, it's back to normal. So, I mean, there you go. The asshole will always return to normal size. It's just easier to open up. It makes sense with muscles, too. The more you exercise your muscles, the more flexible they are. They can stretch further. You know, just like yoga. The more you stretch, the more it can go out. You know what I'm saying? The more you strengthen your muscles, the more they can do. So it makes sense. The sphincter is the muscle. The more you make it stretch and the more you exercise it, the more it can stretch, but it always returns to its former glory.
So the real question is, how long would it take for you to fully like cocoon yourself in sphincter muscle?
Well, here's the thing. I feel like there's always a maximum, right? Like, I feel like after that, it won't let you go any further. Like, I feel like everyone's asshole is going to reach a maximum point. You know what I'm saying? That it can't stretch beyond until you're ripping muscles. Like, tearing muscles and shit. So that'll never happen because your asshole will never be able to stretch that far. That is interesting, though. That quite literally means the more you do anal sex, the easier it becomes. Which makes a lot of sense. It's
Well,
like,
yeah,
yeah,
that
if
much I
yeah,
knew.
if you're a virgin butthole, it's like your sphincter muscles are not used to stretching out because the penis is in there. But once you do anal sex for like a year, your butthole is like, dude, we've been having anal sex for a year. I'm ready for more anal sex. I can stretch that far, no problem. So you can just fuck all the time. And then
I mean,
once
I
you get
haven't
fisted for like 3 months, your asshole is like, you know what? I can fucking put a fist in there, no problem.
I, I haven't done it for a year, but I have done it quite a few times.
I wonder how good your
And
asshole stretching still is.
Jesus Christ,
Do you think that fucking anal sex would be painful or not? Because like you're not like a weightlifter, you're not doing it every day, but your asshole has stretched a little bit. So I mean, I don't know, man.
I mean, probably.
How good are you at anal sex? How
I
how exercised are your anus muscles? Very well
it only
exercised,
happened.
moderately exercised. How good are you at anus stretching?
Okay, so the, technically 3 times, but I don't want to get into the first because it was technically forced,
Yeah,
and I
I
don't
know what you're
like to
talking
get
about. Yeah,
into
I know.
it. So the other 2 times, after that I stopped because you know, scare.
Pop that
I get scared
bus.
easily.
Pop that bus.
And most of the other times it was just with the screwdriver handle.
What the fuck, man. Why? What the fuck? I didn't even know that. I didn't ask about that shit.
Well, now that that's out there,
Why would you use a fucking screwdriver handle? That's like the nastiest, fucking roughest thing you could use. What the fuck is wrong with you?
it was one of those like big bulbous rubber ones.
Dude,
I boiled it.
nobody in the entire world would say, oh yeah, screwdriver handle. Nigga, what?
There's
No,
exactly,
dude. No, 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 no.
exactly
No,
one
no,
person that has
no.
done that.
I don't care what the fuck you say. Nobody's using a screwdriver handle. Nobody.
There is exactly one person I know that has done it before me.
No, you know what people actually use? Fucking hairbrush handle.
I mean that too, but
Dude, I don't even use that. Like I don't even use that. The fuck?
this, this is my favorite fucking video ever.
This
Oh
is
my
the
god.
this is the stupidest fucking video literally ever. This is the fucking worst episode ever.
I'm
Dude,
not talking about
honestly,
this episode. I'm talking.
dude, honestly, I'll tell you what, dude. I'll tell you what, my asshole is not very well exercised because I don't put shit. I don't put stuff in my butt all that much. You know what I'm saying? Because
I
I don't.
don't either.
I don't really have a reason to. Like, I don't even like put like fucking like handles in my ass. I don't do any of that because there's no reason to. Because I'm not planning on having sex anytime soon. I mean, here's the thing. I'm still at that stage where putting anything in my butthole is only fun when there's a fucking ton of lube on it. And then it's really fun. It feels fucking amazing. But if it's not lubed up, it's dry, it fucking is not fun at all. Because especially if you're using like a hairbrush handle or a screwdriver handle, that shit just doesn't go in well because it's the texture. So you have to lube the fuck out of it. If you're going in dry, it feels so fucking awful.
I I take it you don't understand what I'm trying to reference here. So allow me to point you in the direction of the podcast text channel.
Yeah, I see that. Yeah.
It is genuinely one of my favorite videos ever.
Here's the thing. I legitimately believe that you stuck a fucking screwdriver handle up your asshole, though. I believe that. Like, I know for a fact that you've gotten fucked in the ass before. There's no way you would say something true and then something false. So I do believe you stuck a screwdriver in your butt. You did, didn't you?
Oh, it wasn't as big as I'm making it out to be. It was actually one. It was rubber, but it was one of the smaller ones.
Okay, did you lube it up or no?
Yes.
Yeah,
I
of
took
course.
every precaution.
Yeah, you have to. You have to. Like, I don't care if it's a dildo meant to go in your asshole. It always has to be lubed up, because going in dry is not fun at all. Like, I know there are a lot of other people who are gay might say, oh yeah, dude, you're not a real bottom. You're not a real man unless you go dry. Nigga, who the fuck wants to go in dry? Who wants to do that? It's not fun. It hurts. When you lube it up, it slides in nice and it feels good. So why the fuck would you not lube it up? Dude, what the fuck are we talking about? What the fuck is this? On this fucking podcast, why are we talking about this?
You're the one who wanted to divert the attention away from Gary's mod to butt.
Nigga, you're the one who fucking brought up goats, you dumb motherfucker. Don't try and blame this on me. You brought it up.
It's not my fault. It's not my fault that that's what the fucking
Dude,
mod author changed.
It is your fault because you're the motherfucker who brought it up.
You're the one who specifically diverted attention away from Gary's mod to butthole.
Because you were talking about fucking goatsy, dude.
So you could have changed the subject to literally
Dude,
anything else.
you were the one who brought it up and was talking about goatsy. I didn't fucking start this. You did. And then it wasn't me who fucking, like, looked up the thing. We both were interested in how the asshole works. Don't even fucking try and act like you weren't interested. I fucking knew you were.
You were interested.
You
I
were
was
too,
cracking
motherfucker.
jokes. Unfunny jokes, but jokes.
No, dude, you were interested too. Don't even try and play it down now.
I know how the butthole works because I've used it.
Yeah, so have I. It's like taking a shit.
Other than that, I have used it. Which is probably a source of all of my fucking anxiety now.
Dude, here's the thing, right? Just put your tongue in someone's asshole. There you go, and now the problem is solved. There's already lubrication on that, and there you go. Both people win. The person,
Yeah, but then you gotta worry about
the person gets to lick and kiss asshole, and the other person gets a tongue in their asshole. It's a win-win situation.
Yeah, but then you gotta worry about
Potentially getting shit on
things.
your shit in your mouth. So why you gotta make sure that you wipe good enough. You have to make sure that you do an enema. Pretty much before you do anything, whether it's fucking anal sex or fucking rimming, anything like that, you gotta do an enema before you do any of that. I feel like you have to do an enema before you do any of it. Like, I feel like an enema is not optional. It's like required. Would you agree on that?
Yeah, because I'm very. I wouldn't say picky. I would call it, justifiably concerned.
Well,
Because if
let
I'm
me
trying
ask
to
you
do
a
that with
question.
someone,
Let me ask you a question.
Okay.
When you got fucked in the butt, did you do an enema beforehand? Any of the times?
No, but I also make sure that I'm thorough and clean
I
because,
know, I
I'm a
know, but
fucking
here's the thing.
hypochondriac.
But here's the thing. Even if you take a shower and wipe, you're only cleaning the outside. Once you penetrate the asshole, there could be poo in there.
Oh yeah, I know. I blast water in that bitch like no tomorrow.
How, dude? What the fuck?
Yeah, it's not fun, but it gets the job done.
That's
So
that's what an enema does, right?
yeah, but I don't actually have things necessary to do it, so I kind of just have to freehand it with shit I find in the bathroom. And most of the time, I can't even find anything. So shower head water directly into, and it does wonders.
How,
Or
dude?
so I'm
Do
told.
you have a fucking detachable shower head?
No, I do not.
How the fuck do you do that then? Lay down in the
Um,
tub and fucking spread your asshole. It's dude, it's traveling like fucking 10 feet. There's no way it's getting in there. It's so
our
spread,
spec-
dude. No, it is so spread out by the time it gets to your asshole. There's no way it's going in there.
our specific shower head has different modes that you can twist it to, and one of them is like a concentrated beam of water
Dude, how does
almost.
that feel good in your asshole?
It doesn't. It doesn't, but it works. Like
Yeah,
taking
but
cold showers.
okay, but you could just use an enema that doesn't feel like anything and works way better.
Yeah, I could, but I also don't have money, so
Dude, legitimately, you can kind of just like buy like the little bottles and then just put water in it. It's sort of like a one-time purchase, nigga bitch.
yes, but again, I have no money. I can't even afford a Snickers bar,
'Cause you're a broke bitch.
which is why I use the shower head. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk.
See, I'm not a broke bitch. I am a little bit, but I can like afford car payments and like fucking like food and like gas and shit cuz I have a job. I work a job right now. I currently work a job. I've worked tomorrow. I make about
Some of us
$200.
aren't that fortunate.
I make about $200 a week, which is not a lot. It's like $800 a month. Not a lot at all, but it's something.
The I have I have exactly $2 in my wallet, replaced by the way, because I somehow lost my other one,
I
which also by the way,
right
fucking
now
nightmare getting my shit replaced.
Right now, I have a $260 check that I need to deposit and $250 in the bank. So I got like 500 something dollars right now.
I have oh shit.
But I also have a
There we
fully,
go.
but I also have a fully working car that I have to put gas into and all that stuff too. That's $250 a month.
I have $2 and a gum wrapper.
That's all you need,
So
dude. I feel like that's all you need to live.
not in Florida. I will
No,
tell
no,
you
dude.
that right
Nah,
now.
dude, $2 to pay someone to have sex with you, and then you use the gum wrapper as a condom. That's all you need. You already have your life planned out in front of you right now.
Okay, so funny story about that.
Oh my
It wasn't
god.
a
Oh my god. What the fuck are we about to hear?
So it wasn't a gum wrapper. It was actually a Ziploc bag. But
Did
in
you?
my
Okay.
defense,
Wait. You used a Ziploc bag as a condom? What the fuck, dude?
yeah. Long story
Dude,
short,
you might as well have used
didn't
like a
feel
fucking
too
like
good.
you might as well have used like a fucking like plastic shopping bag. What the fuck? How are you even how are you even feeling anything through that? It's like putting a fucking Glad garbage bag on your dick. What the fuck, dude?
Listen, okay.
Dude, I thought you were going in a completely different direction. I thought you were gonna say that you fucking put banana peels in a bag and microwaved it and fucked it. I thought that's what you were gonna
No.
say. Is you took banana
What?
peelings and you put it in a bag, like a plastic bag. You put it in the microwave for a little bit, and then you fucked it. Cause that's a real thing people do. Is they take banana trappings, they put it in the microwave, then you fuck it. And I guess it's supposed to feel like a pussy. It probably doesn't, but that's what it's supposed to feel like.
I have to try that now. Thank you.
Don't fucking dude. If you try it, we have to talk about it on the podcast. You got to do like a fully fledged like review. You got to do a review, like a full review.
There's a lot of things I can do fully fledged reviews on
Dude,
that I've tried once or twice.
Okay, not even kidding, right? If you on God are gonna do it, I will do it too, and we'll both review it.
Oh my god.
Like, I will straight up go to the store and buy bananas, eat bananas, take the banana peelings, put them in a bag, microwave it, and then fuck it, and put my dick in it. And I will do a review on it.
Yeah. I think the most infamous thing I've ever done was the grapefruit technique.
You did not actually do the grapefruit technique, did you?
100%. 100%.
The grapefruit technique. That noise will haunt me forever, dude. I swear. That noise will haunt me forever. Yeah. It's so fucking awful, dude. I hate it. And like, she's such a fucking idiot too. She's like, he's gonna think he got like some fruity ass cologne on or something. It's like, no, bitch. I'm gonna think there's a grapefruit in the room. What the fuck are you talking about? It's like if I'm in the room and I smell a fucking grapefruit and I'm blindfolded, I'm gonna think there's a fucking grapefruit in the room. Especially like as soon as that shit touches my dick, that cold wet shit, I'm gonna be like, yeah, it's a grapefruit for sure.
But here's the thing, though. I didn't use a grapefruit. Keep in mind, I live in Florida.
You used an orange! Did you use an orange or did you use a lemon?
I 100% used an orange.
What did you use?
I 100% used an orange, dude. I'm from Florida. Represent, dude.
So, like, did you talk about that with your boyfriend before, or did you just surprise him one day?
Oh my god. No, the thing.
Did you guys, like, talk about it and agree on it? Like, hey, dude, I want to suck your dick with an orange. And he's like, yeah, okay. And then you did it, or, like, what the fuck? Was it, like, a surprise, or what?
Before him. This was before that. Remember that friend I keep talking about?
Yeah.
We're friends with benefits on occasion. And
Yeah.
and he's like, dude, this is a funny video. And I swear, I look to him and I say, hey, you want to try it? As a joke.
Okay,
As
yeah.
a fucking joke.
I was about to say, like, did you try it as a joke? Like, because here's the thing: if he's a friend with benefits, you're already sucking his dick and fucking him anyway. You might as well have some fun while you're doing it. Like, hey, dude, I'll try it. Like, as a joke.
Exactly.
That's funny as hell. If you're already having sex, you might as well have joke sex. You know what I'm saying? You might as well have joke sex. I totally understand. I totally get it. I totally get it. So wait. So what was your friend's like final review? What did he think of it?
He looks at me dead in the face. He goes, well, that was definitely different.
Dude, here's the thing. I'm sorry. I feel like that would really, really, really fucking suck ass. Like, you have a cold ass orange on your dick, right? Like, the fucking sugar and juice is gonna make your fucking dick like all slimy and like sticky and shit. I feel like it'd be terrible. I feel like it would actually suck ass. The only time it would be good is for the person sucking the dick, because they get to taste orange while they do it. The person getting their dick sucked will just have like a bunch of spit and orange all over their dick. It probably sucks ass for them. I feel like the grapefruit technique is more for the person sucking dick and less for the person getting their dick sucked. Would you agree on that? It's more for the person sucking dick?
Well, here's the thing, though. We thought ahead because, if we're going to do this as a joke, we might as well go all out. So what we did was we went to the nearest convenience store. We got the thinnest condoms, like the thinnest rubbers, because it's like it's a fruit, and if it gets in there, who knows what the fuck could happen. And I don't want to be liable for him getting a fucking bacterial
Well,
infection in his
I was about to
fucking.
say, you might get like a bacterial infection, but I feel like getting orange in your pee-pee hole would fucking burn really bad.
So we got the thinnest rubbers imaginable because it's like, okay, well they're thin, but you can also feel. We should be set, dude. Like
Did he
third
come
time I
though?
went and
Did
down,
he come?
the entire thing came off.
Did he come though? Like with the orange technique, did he come?
Mm,
If he, dude,
yeah,
if he,
yeah.
I was gonna say, if he didn't come, the orange technique is a fucking failure, dude.
I don't know. Here's the thing. I don't know if it was the orange or me.
When you were looking at his face, was he sitting there like with a quiz? Like, was he enjoying it, or was he like, what the fuck is going on? Like, what was his face?
It was a hybrid of, this is the only time this is gonna happen, and I'm living for. And it was also a mix of, what the fuck are you doing? Why did we agree
Yeah.
to this?
Okay.
Please.
So it sounded like it was either the same or worse than a blowjob, but it doesn't sound like it was better. It sounds like it was not better. Would you agree on that? That it was as
I can't
good
imagine
or
it would
worse?
be.
What?
I can't imagine it would be better because it's a fucking fruit.
Yeah. You're grapefruiting your man in the back.
And keep in mind, this is at like what 10 o'clock at night. It's pitch fucking black
Oh,
in my room.
dude, I have an
'cause my
idea.
bulb had
I have an idea. Do you think that this would be a good idea, like the new grapefruit technique? I have an idea. Are you ready?
Oh, do share.
You should take someone and like spread their asshole, right? So you see like their actual asshole. Don't go inside the asshole, but you should take their ass, right? And you should spread their ass, and you should spread all that with Nutella in there, and then fucking go ham on it and eat it.
Oh my god.
Like, do you think that's a good idea? Because, like, I love Nutella, and I feel like the person getting their ass ate would probably really love that too, and it would taste really good for the person eating ass. Do you think that the Nutella Rimjob technique would be a hit?
No, because what if it gets trapped in there and you forget, to lick it clean, so to speak?
I legitimately, I don't think it would be that big of a deal. I feel like you could just take a shower the next day.
Yeah, but do you realize what Nutella can harden? That's my main thing. Nutella can harden.
Just take a shower. Like, I don't feel like it's that big of a deal. Also, just like I said, don't get it inside the asshole.
Fair point.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like that's fine. That and the fact that I feel like people put way worse up their butthole than like Nutella. I really do. You know what I'm saying? Like, I honestly feel like the Nutella technique would be a hit. Like, just take someone's ass, spread their ass, and then just kind of take Nutella and just go straight down in a line, and then just fucking go ham in there. Just really go to town. And, like, just get... Because here's the thing. If you really love Nutella, it's like, dude... Get the fuck in there. Eat all that shit. Like, get that Nutella. Like, here's the thing. If you enjoy eating ass and you enjoy Nutella, his fucking ass should be an all-you-can-eat buffet. You should fucking go ham in there. You know what I'm saying? You should be fucking pigging out. He should be, like, laying on the bed, like, breathing heavy, like, in another universe after you're done. You should eat ass. No, you should eat ass so fucking well. If you enjoy eating ass and Nutella, he should be completely fucked silly after that. Like, this man should be walking on cloud 9. He should shake hands with Jesus because the rim job was so good. He literally, like, dude, I'm telling you, man, if you like Nutella and you like eating ass, the Nutella rim job will have your man shaking hands with Jesus because the rim job was so good. He died for a second and met Jesus at the pearly gates and then went back to heaven because the rim job was so good.
No, take me back, please.
It's like the rim job was too good, but I need more.
Dude, I want to draw that, but I don't know if I have the talent to do it. Oh my
You
god,
don't
that
think
would
you
be
have
funny.
you don't think you have the talent to like accurately and in a good way convey the Nutella rim job, but all I can imagine is like there's fucking Nutella all over, right? And he's just laying on the ground with a giant smile on his face, his tongue laying out of his mouth, like his eyes rolled in the back of his head, drooling on the bed, and like inside his brain he's like shaking hands with Jesus, and then he comes back to earth and he's like, oh my god, because the rim job was too good. Out of this world rim job, dude. Out of body experience.
He's a changed man.
Dude, yeah, he's
he-
a changed man. His whole life is gonna change from that day forward. He had a fucking out of body experience.
Man is a fucking God-fearing soldier of Christ because of this now.
I was about to say, man, he gets that rim job and like becomes the Pope in the next few years. Like it fucking changes his life.
Fucking Christ.
Dude, legitimately, like fucking, like they're like, what made you become the Pope? He goes like, you know what? It was that one fateful day. the Nutella rim job. It really opened my eyes to the wonders of life. He's like, the day I found out the Nutella rim job existed, the day I knew that Jesus Christ was real. Nothing that good would exist without Jesus creating it himself. The Nutella rim job, otherwise known as the tongue of God. Dude, it sounds like a wrestling move or something. The tongue of God, but it's like the Nutella rim job is the tongue of God. Oh, dude, because, like, there's that soccer move, the hand of God, where I used his hand and people didn't recognize it. The tongue of God, but it's like, you want the tongue of God? It's like, ooh, that sounds good. And all of a sudden they're fucking laying in bed and you have a can of Nutella. And they're like, what are you doing? It's like the tongue of God, baby. I'm about to make you walk on clouds.
I'm about to make you meet Jesus.
Yeah, baby. I'll tell you what, the tongue of God is going to put you in personal heaven for about 7 minutes.
Dude, why? God, why does the tongue of God sound like a really dark folk tale?
I don't know. It sounds really weird, which makes it even fucking better because like when you think of the tongue of God, you think of like a fucking like Lovecraft novel, and then it's like, nah, man, yeah. The tongue of God makes it seem like a Lovecraft novel, but then it's like, nah, man, this isn't a horror story. This is the best rim job of your life. The Nutella rim job. The tongue of God.
Dude, that gives me a genuine idea. Holy shit. How did this happen?
Fucking sitting here, the Nutella rim job, it's like, I got chills, man. Chills.
Like that, the name, it like genuinely captivated me. What the?
What, the tongue of God? Because here's the thing, I thought of a really, really clever name, and I was like, dude, it works so fucking well. And I was like, it sounds so good, I have to say it. The tongue of God.
Out of context, it sounds like the title of a really depressing horror novel.
Yeah,
and
but
I love that.
reason. Within context, you don't realize it's two gay dudes, and the one guy is fucking eating this dude's ass with like fucking, triple S rank levels of talent, and there's Nutella in it, so he's just fucking. The only thing that would make it even better is like if you don't just take it like straight out of the fucking jar. As if like you warm it up like a little bit and then do it, so it's like kind of gooey as well. Like it's like dripping, like like just like a tiny bit, like warm and a little like gooey, right? So it's like a little bit easier to like fucking lick off. Actually, I just thought of an even better thing. Don't even make it Nutella. Make it melted chocolate, and that's the tongue of God. And you put a cherry in his asshole, and you have to eat the cherry out of his asshole using only your mouth. You can't take your fingers to get the cherry out. You gotta eat the cherry out of his asshole with your mouth. If you can do that, you are the best fucking rim job giver ever, because you can do that shit. Legitimately, think about that, man. The tongue of God, melted chocolate all over, and then at the very end, I eat a cherry out of your ass. That's the tongue of God right there. He's gonna be fucking sent to heaven, and he's gonna stay in there. You might kill your man doing that. It's too powerful. You might kill him with pleasure.
Dude, if bonus points if you can tie a knot with the stem.
Oh my. Yeah, dude, fucking, I can only imagine somebody does the tongue of God with melted chocolate and cherry, and they're fucking like, their man is just dead after that. He has a giant smile on his face. There's just cum everywhere. He's just dead after that. And it's like, it was too strong. I killed him. It was too good. The tongue of God strikes again. Oh my fucking God. Well, with that, that's gonna wrap it up. We appreciate you watching. I don't know how, but the majority of this episode was about asshole. We started talking about goatsy like 50 minutes in, 40 something. We talked about this for like a fucking hour. So, we're definitely going to name this video The Tongue of God, and that's all we're going to name it. We're not going to name it anything else. It's just going to say The Tongue of God. That's it.
Oh, you know what the thumbnail should be?
In all fucking capitals. It's just going to be The Tongue of God. What should the thumbnail be?
It should be a picture of Cthulhu, but a furry head overlaid on his face.
That's
I
pretty
feel
good,
like
dude.
they could really sell that.
Dude, honestly,
And then just have him holding a jar of Nutella.
fuck yeah, dude. If you can fucking make that, I will make that the fucking, I will seriously make it. If you can somehow design that, I will make it the thumbnail in a fucking instant. If you can design that. If you can design The Tongue of God, like, and make an image for it, I will put it as the thumbnail. I fucking swear to God. But with that, I'm going to bid you farewell. I appreciate you joining me for this podcast. Love you, bro. We out.